Being comfortable, being uncomfortable. Learning to sit in my shit. That it's okay to be sad, that it's okay to be angry, that it's okay to feel. That it will pass. And a good friend of me said not long ago, he said that to me, and I always thought my whole life it was cheesy to say, this too shall pass. Always. I was like, nah. But I realized it's because I never knew how to properly sit in something. How to sit in the feeling and just be in it and not use whatever to distract. Video games, food, girls, school, anything. And obviously school is good. School you need to study for. But like using all these things to take myself out of myself because I'm afraid to feel a certain thing. And I realized for myself, it took me 29 years to get here. and I'm not even close to there, but I'm on my way. That's what matters. Is when I'm in a relationship, when I'm dating, when my frame of thinking is even around a girl, like being in a relationship romantically, I lose myself. I give up myself. I have trained myself behaviorally, so symptomatically, like the exterior surface of myself, I've trained myself to continue the behavior. So, I'm in a relationship, put work into school, gym, friends, cooking my meals every night. I've made a list, so I do that, and so I follow along with that. But I realize that I don't do those things 100% or like to the level that I would as if I weren't in a relationship. And because as soon as I just got out of one, became single, because I needed to for me, I realized how much more effort I put into my school and not forcing myself, like because I want to, because that's investing in myself, and how much more I am myself and how much more I think like myself. It's incredible. Like, I love psychology. Hence this channel, hence me talking about this stuff. And when I'm in a relationship, I realize that I spend 70-80% at least of my energy thinking about that person I'm with. And it's not that person's fault. And it's not my fault. It just is. This is the way I am. This is the way I've been wired. But you can change this. I can change this. And it's a lot of work. It's not going to be a 1 year, 2 year, 5 year. It's take a whole lifetime. But to me, better 30 years, however long it takes, choosing to do it than not to do it and sit in that. And I'm not putting down relationships. I love relationships. Not in a good way. But to learn to do it in a healthy way where you're not attached to it, or you're not obsessed with that person. And I don't know how to do that. And I guess I'm sharing this because if somebody out there is watching this, and even if anything of what I'm saying is reminiscent at all, and if 5% of it helps you, that's awesome. And if it's relatable, that's awesome. That's what I want. And if you're watching this and these things are A+ for you, easy, 10 out of 10, respect. And then maybe you can respond to my video with a video and let me know some notes. But yeah, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. And I just went for a walk. And I woke up from a nap because I didn't get enough sleep last night before my early class this morning. So I had a nap. And I was sad. Even going into the nap, like it triggered being alone, feeling abandoned. And it was like, wow. And then I went for a walk and I just sat in it. And I'm learning to just sit in it. I have a psychologist I listen to, just very nice things he says, keeps me in a very nice place. I listened to him while I was walking for half the walk and just sit in it. And every time I would try and escape from it, or my thoughts would distract me and go off to whatever, the gym, video games, it doesn't matter. I would bring it back to that emotion and just sit in it and just stay in it. And it's hard. And there's this part of me, my unhealthy perfectionism, going like this because I'm like looking at myself like, that's a big one for me. I want it now. I want all the answers now. I have a mentor in my life, he's 65 years old, and he teaches me a lot, and I would not be where I am today without him. And it was said to me, and it took me a while, that I want what he has now. I think but it took him 65 years to get it. I'm 29. I'm doing good, but I got a long way to go, and it's worth it. And I want that out of life. I don't want to be a slave to my emotions the whole life. I eventually want to be able to look back at these things, and it be just a story because I've healed that emotion. Because right now, I'm nowhere near that. But I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling hungry. I'm feeling motivated. And I'm learning that. Learning to be okay, not being okay. And you sit in it. And I sit in it. But then you don't just sit in it and you stay in it. You sit in it, but you do it in a gentle way. And then you find reasons you honor that emotion. And then talk about it. And it's hard. But it's worth it. So, I'm back. Car Thoughts, episode 3-4. I'm going to add this. And I'm going to see you on the other side. I'm going to see you soon.